It's a mild Thursday, March 6, 2025. Here I am in Grand Central Terminal, the one and only greatest train station in America. Although I might get a few arguments from people in Philadelphia and Washington, Chicago, but I think this is the train station that all others are measured from. So this is a spectacle. Well, years ago you had long distance trains on these train destination departure boards. A place like Chicago, Cleveland, St. Louis, Buffalo, Toronto, Montreal. I mean, now predominantly you see North White Plains locals. Well, even back then there were North White Plains terminating New York Central MU trains, but they were lost amongst the large diversity of long distance trains. But now those trains are dominant. Well, I just got off train 741 at a station I've never been to, Spuyten Duyvil. It's in the Riverdale community. He's about to turn to the north along the Hudson. My visit here won't be terribly long, about an hour, in order to catch something that I was tipped off would be running on a train to Danbury tonight. Towering overhead here is the Henry Hudson Parkway. Believe it or not, people have jumped off that bridge. Well, right here from the platform heading towards New York is the Harlem River. During the warmer months, you take a Circle Line cruise around Manhattan, and it takes you right by here. And over there you'll see the bridge that's used by the Amtrak trains on the West Side connection. The Lakeshore Limited for Chicago. .284 from Niagara Falls should be coming down shortly. Oh, here comes 768, Croton Harmon to Grand Central at 3:58. Spuyten Duyvil is a Dutch word which means sprouting devil or in spite of the devil. Indeed, a number of people have drowned in the waters around here. Very strong currents. Man, it's chillier than I thought it would be today. Right there is the Hudson River. This is where the Hudson line of Metro North starts paralleling it, right around the curve, all the way up to Poughkeepsie. And here comes an equipment train from Croton Harmon to Grand Central. Poughkeepsie at 4:08. Should have an inbound equipment set coming in. Comes 870, Poughkeepsie to Grand Central at 4:12. Here comes 443, Grand Central to Greystone, the short distance local. This station is part of Riverdale and does quite a bit of business. Inbound equipment. More equipment coming in. Sounded a little asphyxiated. Here's train 745 for Croton Harmon with M3As, 427. Semi-Express, obviously. It was 843 at 438. 204. It's 5 o'clock and I'm here at Harlem 125. Didn't stay at Spuyten Duyvil very long. It was kind of cool. But I'm here for a very good reason. Here comes some equipment in from Harlem. That's one of the reasons why I'm here, but that's not the primary reason. There's 753 to Croton Harmon at 502. He's on track 4. Some viaduct work. You can see some fencing that was put up between tracks 1 and 2. This place never ceases to amaze. This is 352, excuse me, 353 for North White Plains. Yeah. You'll be talking forever. This is one of those locals to North White Plains. He's announcing the stops. Coming in. Man, wind. Equipment trains come down from Harmon, some from Stamford, to make up outbound trains to Danbury and Wassaic and Poughkeepsie. Another inbound drag race here. It's 1554 to New Haven at 513.
This station. Attention passengers, this is your train to New Haven, Connecticut, Union Station. 40 next, after that we express to Greenwich. Make sure you're right. Watch the doors.
Good idea to have external train announcements from these cars. Too many mistakes are made. How you doing, guys?
Sorry, I'm back here, Stan.
That's all right. Shows you're working. Well, the cops are here watching over things. heads into town. Oh. 516, this is train 1848 for Danbury. This is the train I wanted to see. Beauty that thing is. That's the best looking Heritage unit of the bunch. Not that the others are bad though. Comes some more push-pull equipment. I've seen half of the Heritage units here, not counting the New Haven painted engines. Here comes 849, non-stop to Beacon and then on to Poughkeepsie. Here comes 851 for Beacon. Engine 209. The engineer who normally works this train most of the week is off tonight. The wind, it's cold. 526, this is 953 for Wassaic. 207. 77-mile trip ahead of them. Metro North now has 10 Heritage units, 4 of these McGinnis painted New Haven engines, and the other 6 repaints. And you just saw the very newest one. Here's the waiting room at the 125th Street station. Nice and warm in here. This is train 1860 for Danbury. Track 25 departs at 5:53. After a famous New Haven, New York Springfield hotshot, the Connecticut Yankee. Well, this is going out on 863 at 611 at Poughkeepsie. Track 37. Over on track 39 is 865 to Beacon. He's got the 214. I'll try to get both of them. 863 makes Harlem 125, Beacon, New Hamburg, and Poughkeepsie. The last of the 3 super expresses to Poughkeepsie. In that consist, you saw another named car that was named after a high-stepping train, Commodore Vanderbilt. That was second behind the 20th Century Limited. It had almost all the flares with it. 865 getting ready to go. 6:47 at 6:43 is the arrival of train 878 from Poughkeepsie, with something interesting on the rear. The service crew in their buggy is waiting. They'll service the locomotive after it arrives. Quieter now. They're putting supplies in, water bottles, whatnot. Yeah, the machinists are checking out the locomotive, getting it ready. I bet she's going to go out on 875 at 7:19. Headlights working. Probably turn the hep back on. I think I'll call it a night. So say goodbye to the grand dame of railroading, Grand Central Terminal. Interesting day on Metro North. Kind of chilly up there in Spuyten Duyvil. Even Harlem 125 was chilly. They were saying it'd be a mild day today, but I don't know. I think the weatherman kind of lied to us. But next week should be warm. Anyway, I got to see 4 of the 6 recently painted Heritage units, all except the 211 and the 217 and several of the McGinnis paint scheme New Haven engines. And that 222, man, that is one beautiful, sleek engine. It's going to be running around, and there's more Heritage units in the works. Stay tuned, folks. Say goodnight from Grand Central Terminal.